Taraba Governor pledges immediate intervention in public school infrastructure. Taraba Governor pledges immediate intervention in public school infrastructure. Stakeholders celebrate Nigeria at 65, advocate fairness in governance. Taraba State University flags off Northeast Noga Games. Hello and welcome to Haske TV News. My name is Farida Haq with the bulletin. The governor of Taraba State, Dr. Haske, says while the ongoing construction of new school structures is in progress, he is committed to initiating immediate interventions to address existing infrastructural needs in public schools. Dr. Haske stated this at the banquet hall at Anjuma House, Jalingo, during a meeting with the principals and head teachers of the public schools. Our correspondent report.
Addressing the gathering, Dr. Haske said the purpose of meeting with principals and head teachers of all the public schools in the state is about the current issues facing schools, allowing for targeted intervention. The governor further explained that the meeting was convened to discuss rapid measures for renovating current schools facilities before the completion of new buildings. Governor Haske revealed plans to release funds directly to school principals and head teachers to facilitate renovations, furniture, fencing, tree planting, and the provision of access roads, among others.
Each of the school, you open an account. Either you do each of the school or each of the local government. I don't know how you want to do it. So, Parent Teachers Association account. All the money that is going there is for you to renovate the old structures. Don't build new schools, because we are going to build. Renovate the old structures, fence the school, no matter how large the land is, fence the school. Make sure the fence is very solid. You can put a temporary gate or adjust the gate when we are building new schools inside that place.
Additionally, Governor Haske urged school leaders to revive the Parent Teachers Association (PTA) to help monitor and supervise the process of the intervention. He announced the formation of the Community Education Development Committee in each local government area and gave them a 2-week ultimatum to submit their quotation and proposal about schools to be renovated, promising to release funds immediately.
I want us to be as realistic, honest as possible. And this job, you don't need to give it to any contractor. You people should do it yourself. If I have the costs of your school today, I'll make sure I send some money tomorrow, even if it is not all.
The governor urged the school leaders to provide him with accurate information about the numbers of public primary and secondary schools, numbers of teachers, and the numbers of students in each local government areas of the state. Earlier, the Commissioner of Basic Education, Dr. Agostina Godwin, praised Governor Abukepa's effort to enhance the education sector in Taraba State. She highlighted that the meeting aimed to explore new direction for the state educational future.
To our amiable teachers, we see you, we understand your plight, and we appreciate your unwavering sacrifices and commitment to your service.
Zachary Sanilo, Haske News.
Nigeria has commemorated its 65th independence anniversary, marking another milestone since the nation gained freedom from the colonial rule in 1960. As the country reflects on its journey, stakeholders have called for fairness and equity in governance to ensure that the dividends of democracy reach every Nigerian. The report. On Nigeria's 65th independence, many agree that the country has recorded notable achievements since independence. However, there are also concerns over challenges that have slowed its development, particularly in the areas of leadership and followership. Dr. Isa Muhammad highlighted the achievements of Nigeria as well as the challenges the country is facing as an independent nation.
I want to say happy 65th Independence Day to all Nigerians, and that the country has remained united after all the tribulations. However, we have to understand that Nigeria as a country has passed through so many stages. The military regime and the civilian regime all have come to pass, but now we are under the civilian regime. So Nigeria as a nation is a work in progress. No country, or like they used to say, that Rome was not built in a day. So we should accept the fact that Nigeria as a nation will be built just like a building with a building block. You put one block on another block for you to have a room or a house.
The Sardaunan Gen Honorable Gidel Balanko stressed that good leadership is central to national growth, as leaders are expected to govern with the interests of the common man at heart.
65th anniversary of our country, Nigeria, we have gone far. Why I said we have gone far? Because anything that you have not started it, you will not reach where you are. Right back to 1960, when we had our independence, we started it in good way, and where we are now, we have some shortcomings. And for me, there are good ways for us to start and then to have some challenges. Once we have those challenges, they are bound to happen, and it's for us to amend it. But initially, when we started, it has been a good one, as we have God-fearing leaders that started it, but at the end of the day, because of some kind of interruptions and other ways wrongs, we have been getting different kind of leaders. That was why at the end of the day, where we are is not very suitable for the citizens and then for the large populations, especially as we are now.
In a similar remark, Isa Muhammad Ida, the head of Local Government Administration, Donga Local Government Council, congratulated Nigeria at 65, commending the progress so far. He also raised concern over poor leadership that has hindered economic growth and overall development.
Actually, we have gone so far, although when this country got our independence, we were not yet born, but historically we are told, pre-colonial period, Nigeria is automatically under the British rule. That is to say, the white men were in control of everything in this country. However, after independence, we Nigerians, we manage everything. We occupy all the sensitive posts. In fact, every ministry is being mined by Nigeria. So this is a progress made. It's a development after independence.
While proffering ways forward, both speakers urged Nigerian leaders to uphold transparency, fairness, and equity in governance. They also called on citizens to shun greed and corruption, especially during elections, by exercising their franchise responsibly to choose the right leaders. Although this year's Independence Day was marked with low-key celebrations across the country, it served as a reminder of Nigeria's resilience, the distance covered since 1960, and the challenges that have shaped the nation's identity. Farida Haq, Haske TV News. The Taraba State University Jalingo has officially flagged off opening ceremony of the Northeast Zone Nigerian University Games Association, popularly known as NUGA. The event, which promises to bring together athletes from various universities across the region, is aimed at fostering unity, promoting talent, and boosting sporting activities within Nigerian tertiary institutions. Our correspondent Abdulaziz Inua reports.
Atmosphere at the Taraba State University campus in Jalingo as the institution played host to the official opening of the Northeast Zone Nuga Games. The event brought together hundreds of student athletes from universities across the region, all geared up to compete in various sporting events. In his opening address, the Deputy Vice Chancellor of Administration, Professor Ruben Jonathan, who represented the Vice Chancellor, Professor Sandepol Bako, welcomed all guests and participants to the games. He described sports as a vital component of university life that not only promotes physical well-being but also enhances discipline, teamwork, and academic excellence.
Sport is a very, very important component in our system because besides academics, we have to keep ourselves fit, both students and staff. And that is why we are giving this relevance in organizing this Prinoga game. And our prayer is that at the end of this game, we'll be able to have a very good and qualitative representative that will defend us, that will be able to carry the cup, that will be able to win trophy for us at various stages before the final stage.
Professor Jonathan also assured visiting teams and officials of the university's full support, noting that adequate facilities and security measures have been put in place to ensure a smooth tournament. He called on officiating personnel to maintain neutrality and fairness throughout the games.
I urge all the officials that will officiate this game to be free and fair to all. Please officiate it very, very well so that at the end of the day, let us have a good representation.
A celebration of youth, sports, and unity that was the scene at the Taraba State University Jalingo today. The Nuga Games continue throughout the week with many students to display their talent. Abdulaziz Muhammad Inua, Haske News.
Troops of 6th Brigade Nigerian Army Sector 3 Operation Real Stroke, in collaboration with operators of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, have arrested 2 suspected first policemen in Wukari local government area of Taraba State. The suspects, dressed in mobile police uniforms, were intercepted at Takum Junction while conveying 2 Toyota Hilux vehicles loaded with substance suspect to be cannabis. Farida Sanusi report.
Investigations revealed that the vehicles were loaded with cannabis in Akure, Ondo State, and were heading to Adamawa State before being intercepted. One of the suspects was identified as Monday George, a 71-year-old dismissed police assistant superintendent, while the other was named Ezeogo Destiny Uche, 41. The occupants of the second Hilux fled on sighting the troops and abandoned the vehicle. A total of 1,134 blocks of cannabis were recovered from the vehicles. The suspects and the exhibits have been handed over to the NDLEA office in Wukari for further investigation and prosecution. The commander of 6th Brigade, Brigadier General Kingsley Chidebere Uwa, commended the troops and NDLEA operatives for their synergy and resilience, reiterating the brigade's commitment to sustaining the fight against criminality in the state. He also urged members of the public to continue to provide credible information to security agencies to aid ongoing operations. Farida Sanusi Abubakar, Haske News.
Residents of Takanabam area in Jalingo are raising concerns over raising insecurity due to poor street lighting in their community. They are calling on to the state government to provide solar-powered street lights to help deter criminal activity and improve safety at night. The appeal was made during a live call-in segment on Haske FM's popular daily program, Rana Mudun Aiki. As darkness falls on the busy Takanabam area of Jalingo, fear and uncertainty set in for many residents and business owners. With no functional street light and increased reports of nighttime theft and vandalism, locals says it's time for urgent intervention. They explain that from Samunaka Junction to Takanabam area, there is serious commercial activity happening every day. But once night comes, the whole place becomes dangerous. They added that Takanabam area is a growing commercial hub in Jalingo, with petty traders, transport operators, and food vendors working well into the evening. That's all on Haske TV News. My name is Farida Haq. Do stay tuned for all the programs. From me is a goodbye.